Hello, my name is METİN Arıdaşır. This is 331st part of explanation of my theory. You know, there is a famous formula, length contraction formula like this. This is wrong. I will show you why it is wrong. This is true formula that I put forth upside. But this doesn't mean simultaneity is relative. Simultaneity is not relative. While length contracting only at a specific point, wave velocity changes. Then simultaneity rule works. Yes. When an electron motion form, a free electron motion form, is in motion, like this, or for each point, wavelength and wave velocity changes. These are two formulas that I put forth. Lambda minus delta lambda cosine 0 degree motion direction, lambda minus delta lambda cosinus 0 is equals to lambda minus delta lambda, or electron length, electron nothing but electron radius, okay, and nothing but wavelength of electron. But for each point, because of electron is three-dimensional, ring-shaped, spherical, and it has successive consecutive waves. I didn't show here. Okay, for each point, its wave velocity and wavelength variable relatively its motion direction and its velocity value, as I told you before. In motion, electron velocity, VE, okay, like this. I guess you see. Yes. Now, not only contracting, length expanding. Okay, in balance, in opposite direction, length of or wavelength of electron expands, okay, enlarges. Relatively, its electrons motion direction, 0 degree, 35 degree. For instance, for 135 degrees, its wavelength and wave velocity is different. In 0 degree direction, its wavelength is different, wave velocity is different, etc. Now, we will compute. I will show you wave contraction formula is completely wrong because it's only one-dimensional formula, and this is wrong. Here, this is changed lambda or changed length equals to lambda 0 minus delta lambda cosine 0, motion direction. Okay, you see, I hope. And lambda, changed lambda is equals to lambda normal, initial lambda minus delta lambda. Then, when we apply delta lambda divided by lambda initial is equals to electron motion forms velocity divided by c. Here delta lambda is equals to this. Then this is formula, Arıdaşır's formula for 0 degree in motion direction contracting. But don't forget, this contracting doesn't need for electron, doesn't need relativistic doesn't need what? Constant speed of light, because its velocity, wave velocity, compensate shrinking or enlarging wavelength or length. Okay, then result is the same always, and time is absolute always. Simultaneity is not relativist, is not relative. Yes, this is formula that I put forth. I hope you see. First skin, second skin. Then L is in fact wavelength. Changed wavelength, okay, in 0 degree direction is equals to initial wavelength or length. This is my formula. Then speed of light at this point, at 0 degree point, wave velocity is that. I hope you see. Wave velocity, 0 degree direction. Then time. We put in time formula and distance and velocity. Result doesn't change. Initial wavelength divided by speed of light, like this. What does it mean? What does it mean? Lambda minus delta lambda divided by c minus, for instance, v is equal to lambda divided by c. Okay. C. Then time is absolute here. Finally, this is my formula that I put forth. This is true. This is accepted physics relativistic length contraction formula is completely wrong. But this doesn't mean, again, time dilation, time dilation is true. This doesn't mean that. Time dilation is wrong. As length changing at each point, wave velocity is changing. Then time is stable. Stable. Length of electron is variable for each point. There is no time dilation, and wave velocity is variable. Okay. And don't forget, length contraction idea is one-dimensional, wrong idea. Electron motion form has three-dimensional. Electron motion form is three-dimensional. It has shape when it is in motion. It's itself as the wave change for each point, its wavelength, its wave velocity, like it's produced by this electron motion forms consecutive waves. Okay, for each point there are different wavelengths, different wave velocities. Okay, and electron motion form is not an ordinary object like this. It is not an ordinary object. It is intrinsic motion form, is spaceless, vacuumless meta sensation, perception, matter. Yes. Have a good afternoon. See you later.